So welcome, welcome. It's good to see everybody. Happy Monday. And what's happening? What's happening? Nothing new. It's all just nice and peaceful and glowing. And so by the way, if you guys have questions tonight, I kind of changed my direction midway today. I was going to kind of chat about some stuff, and there's so much on my plate that I wanted to share. So I don't know, I went really heavy on planets tonight, only because I think it helps us understand what's going on, you know, with this insanity that's kind of swirling around us, yet it all makes sense at the same time, right? So that's kind of what I decided to do, which is turn it into kind of a what's happening upstairs and what's happening in the sky, and kind of how it's impacting us, and maybe why, and give you a little clarity as to what's to come, so we're not like thinking, gosh, it's just going to be forever and there's no end in sight. So it's kind of my goal with this tonight is taking it from that perspective. Okay, so if you have questions, just shoot them out. Throw me a question, throw me a message. Anybody on Facebook, I'd love it if you'd throw me a wave or a hi or a little smiley face or something, just so I know you guys are live, if I can see you popping up. It's good to see you. All right, so I'm sure a few more people are going to pop in here, but I'm going to get started since it's 6 on the dot, and I like to be prompt. Everybody else knows they can slide in as they make it one by one. So let's start, and then we'll let everybody else just pick up the pieces when they get, you know, nothing's an accident, so it all shows up as it's supposed to, right? Okay, so welcome. I see some newbies on Facebook. Welcome, I'm Dawn Thompson, and it's good to see everybody. Welcome to the Truth Tribe, and if you are a newbie, welcome for your first time. If you are a veteran, and I've seen you many times, you know how the drill works. Throw questions at me throughout. If I can answer immediately, I will. If not, I will find you at the end, and I will answer everything at the end of the call. So tonight's topics, you guys, awake or angry, and we're talking about anger tonight, and new health. It's a new moon in a couple days, so we're going to talk about the new moon. It's a really good new moon that I'm super excited about. So as every day, I'm always sending all of you, when I go onto the grid and I go into meditation and I go into finding all of you on the grid in the 5th dimension, 6 dimensions, I send out just loads and blankets of love to all of you. So if you're ever questioning if someone's sending you love every day, I am. Okay, I want you to remember that I love you all, and that I am reminding you that you are all perfect, no matter what comes up, no matter what's scary, nervous, weird stuff that's happening on the planet. You're all perfect, and you all came here for perfect reasons. Okay, so asking my guides for understanding. This is what came up. The planet is awake, and so are you. That's what I got. And seems for many getting a shockwave from it. It's uncomfortable. It's making people a little bit nervy, and they don't like it. So I thought, you know, how do I address all this kind of chaos coming up, but not just externally, because it's been going on for so long. We're kind of getting used to it, but also internally and within ourselves, right? So how many of you guys are questioning, like, what the hell is happening on our planet right now, right? That's what people are asking me, like, Dawn, what the hell is happening right now? And so I've noticed that a lot of people have been really upset. And a lot of people that are really upset right now have been really asleep. That's the best way I can say it. And those of you who are just simply frustrated, they're upset because maybe those who are asleep are moving too slow for you, right? And that you'd like them to speed it up. And then the biggest wake-up call, so it's like those who are asleep are getting really upset because they're like, wait a minute, this can't happen this way. And then those who've woken up are like, well, what's wrong with them? Why won't they speed up? And so it's just like this kind of push and pull going on, right? And we're frustrated with them. So then the more like impact that I'm watching most of all happen all together is the biggest wake up is if it didn't happen to all of us, we wouldn't be able to do it all together. And I get this a lot from like in partnerships, like, well, why do I have to do the work? What if they don't do the work? Well, then if they don't do the work, then we're not going to be on it together. Hi, everybody on Facebook, by the way. I'm hugs and kisses. I'm going to keep walking and rolling with it. Throw me questions because I can see you. And so we're all waking up, you guys, at different speeds, just as if before this global awakening happened, it was like maybe one partner in a relationship was waking up and the other was like completely asleep, right? And so you're frustrated with them. Well, now we're all getting like poking the bear scenarios, and then everybody's upset and frustrated that, okay, well, why aren't they doing it the right way or properly or fast enough? And my answer is we have to start opening our minds to that, right? So we are all waking up, you guys. It's just at different speeds. And it seems that the two speeds at the moment are awake and angry. Those are the two speeds. So the awake group are kind of like, I see it, I get it, I understand, and I just wish they would hurry up. There's no hurry up or slow down. It's just some of us are a little bit more angry. Why? So I want to put it this way. If awake and angry is simply consciousness, you guys, and nothing more. I know you want it to be something else, right? I know you want it to have a reason or a label or a description, but it's just not, okay? It is completely free will to choose what we vibrate at. That's it. Or you get swallowed up into the anxiety and the energy and the heaviness, or it's free will to exit what feels crappy to you, period. It's like confident consciousness. You have to feel confident in being awake. And it's surfacing. And many are saying, well, then, you know, what do we do with the angry ones? I.e., the current, you know, media, everything you turn on is angry, right? And here's your answer: nothing. You do nothing. You leave them alone until they finally start irritating themselves, and still they'll start imploding on themselves. They'll start being angry and so much that no one wants to hear it, that they hear themselves. You cannot see, you cannot hear, you cannot even know you're in an angry person or angry environment or angry scenario if you don't even know it's happening. And so we want to fix something that doesn't need to be fixed. They'll wake up, they'll get it. It may take them longer, but the planets are in a complete shit show right now, and they are conveniently rattling us awake. And I can't go, oh, let me just change the planets, you guys, right? Because that's what everybody wants. They're like, oh, let's, you know, when is it going to get better, right? And my point is, when are you going to get better? That's what they're asking, is for us to wake up and come to this reality check and see within and look inside of ourselves. And when we're not looking within ourselves, then we're mad externally, right? So look at the earth, just look at the planet in general, right? Any one of you can see massive amounts of angry outbursts happening right now, right? I mean, I don't need to like explain this all to you, whether it's from the media, whether it's from total strangers and you're out in public, whether it's your own darn family, right? Internal anger right now is percolating, and it's no longer resisting the pressure of keeping it down. It doesn't want, we're not resisting anymore. We're kind of like, whatever, and it's letting it out. And so I want you guys to remember that we create our own realities based on our beliefs. And so basically our external worlds are conflicting, right? The external world that you see is conflicting with what you want to see. And it's not often the truth that's sitting in the basement of your mind, the basement of our subconscious, the stuff that the shadow beast, as we talked about the last time, doesn't want to hear or talk about, right? So your inner shadow beasts are irritated. The inner beast that I told you guys last night on the last week's call about taking control of that beast, right? We all have an inner beast. We all have a dragon, that dragon beast inside of us that's raging, that wants to explode. It's how in control are you of that beast, right? But we don't need to completely lose ourselves on it. And my point is that the planets, and I'm going to go over several planets tonight, even though I normally don't like giving you all that, but I want you to understand it is kind of, it's doing this to us. It's shaking us up. And so when you're getting shaken up and your beasts are getting shaken up, when you're shaking, the beast is getting rattled like, wait a minute, what's wrong? And it's getting woken up. And I want you guys awake, right? So the point being is that I'm going to go over some of the planets, but we're moving into a slow drip. That's really what it is, of forward motion again. So the good news is we're not going backwards, which is the shit show we've been dealing with, right? And so, hi guys. Hello everybody on Facebook. I see everybody keeps popping in and I love it. Good to see you. So the forward motion is progressing, okay? And we're doing it. It's just a slower drip than most people like. And that's the challenge that most people are up against, okay? So I want to prepare you guys, whether you know all the planets, whether you care what I'm talking about, whether you totally get planets, you're like, oh my gosh, yes, I can feel them. I want you guys to hear one thing. I need you to start preparing because they're all going out of retrograde and they're all going to start moving forward again, starting yesterday, Jupiter, and I'll discuss that in a minute. So start laying your bricks. That's where we're at. We need to start laying the bricks. We're like going used to one planet at a time that I've been sharing you guys, but tonight, like I said, it's just easier to share with you what's surfacing. So I'm going to go into several. Okay. So Jupiter, Mars, and Uranus, these planets like freedom. Jupiter is the planet of Saggies. Saggies, anybody knows a Saggy? I see a little Saggy on here, BJ. I saw you. They like freedom. They don't want to be told what to do. Saggies and Jupiter. So Jupiter wants freedom. Mars is a planet of Aries and war and aggression, assertion, and confidence. They want freedom. Uranus wants to be free. These three planets were in retrograde, but yesterday Jupiter turned station, which means it's going to start moving forward again. Okay, today. It's slow, but it's forward is forward. Okay. And because they want to be free, it's putting us in kind of like a self-review of where we are not free, all right? And where you're not free physically, mentally, and spiritually. So when you're feeling that you're not free somewhere, guys, it's going to ask you in different ways, which is where I keep trying to tell everybody to open your minds, because some of you aren't spiritually free. You're very locked up. And source is source, God is God, divine is divine, universe, whatever you want to call it, is free. Mentally, if you feel locked up in your mind, are you not free? Physically, is your body not well? Are you holding on, or holding on to certain things? Whatever it is, this is what it's asking you to do, is start laying the bricks and foundation of how to get yourself free. Okay. So going back to, let's go back to Mars. So Jupiter, yes, and I'm going to talk about it in a second, but Jupiter yesterday, I brought it up in the call last week. So if you missed last week's call, go listen to it again. I go into depth of Jupiter and its expansion, and it wants to make us bigger. So Jupiter's in Capricorn right now. So this is the sun, and here are your three planets. On top of it, we have over here on the other side, Mars and Uranus in the sign of Taurus and Aries. They're both retrograde. So we've had all this stuff pulling us backwards. Why? To look. This was been asking you, right? So Mars is also retrograde. Let's talk about Mars. Mars is retrograde and going backwards until November 15th. Mark that date. Not that it will matter. You'll feel it. You're all feeling it already. You keep bringing this aggression stuff up to me, like, why am I seeing the past? Why is the past coming up? Why do I keep looking back? Why do I keep repeating? And the answer is anything retrograde, one is a hard, task to master, but when all of them are, it's overwhelming, okay? So it's creating this pressure cooker feeling inside. Mars held back can be like angry, aggressive, and forceful energy inside. And so the basement shell, I call it, of emotional eruptions are getting stirred up by this feeling of being controlled. And you want to be free. Okay, so there's one of those feisty little things that are getting us flared up. Now, this is why so many are uncomfortable right now and upset. No matter where you look anymore, I want y'all to think about it, okay? No matter where you look anymore, you are wondering, is this true? right? Well, can I believe this? What can I believe? If it's not true, is it true in my head? Do I believe it? Because I kind of believe it, but I shouldn't. And so we're doing this whole what's truth anymore, right? And then we're like, well, is it my truth? Ha ha ha, that's where I've been trying to get you all, okay? For months now, I've been trying to get you there. What is my truth? And now we're getting somewhere. So that's what these retrograde planets are for. They're for reviewing your bullshit. And I know everyone wants to go all depth and crazy and like what's going on. They're bringing up your bullshit. But the good news is, like I said, starting yesterday, I'm going to go over the 3 other planets, because for the next 2 weeks, they're all going out of retrograde and they're big and they're intense, which is really cool, because there's our drip effect of starting to push us forward motion again. Not just globally and planetarily, but in personally, how you move forward. Okay. And so I've been watching several people, guys, lately, and I'm picking this up, which is, I've seen several people saying, I used to believe extreme this way, right? But now, and I know I don't believe the extreme that way anymore, right? And so now I don't extreme believe this, I don't extreme believe that. So now I'm not sure what to believe anymore. This questioning everything about the truth, and there's no truth you believe, because it's all coming up like, what is true, right? This is great, because now you can understand what divine God, source energy, source consciousness is doing to interrupt the broken system on our planet, our entire planet. You have to break it in order to raise group consciousness to get you all to neutrality. If I don't believe this and I don't believe this, you have to flow back to the center and go with flow. And flow and neutrality is where I'm trying to get you. It's going to be hard for a lot of people for a long time, but just opening your mind to that, going, you're right, I'm kind of not sure what I believe anymore. So not believing in all the extremes allows you to stay in the center and just choose a space for you. It's hard, but these angry outbursts that you're watching ongoing out in the external world, you can't miss them, guys. They're due to basically each person's level of resistance to waking up. So if you're resisting waking up, it's pushing you to feel like you got to have an outburst, you got to get mad, you can throw a temper tantrum, you have to start a fire, you have to burn a building, it doesn't matter the level, it's just where they're at. And again, I just don't want people accusing and judging and blaming. I get it's not good things happening, but it's not yours. Look within. So again, it's resistance to waking up. I don't want to see, people are looking at, I don't want to see the what's happening, right? It's too much. I don't want to look, right? Ignoring is a personal choice, by the way. Ignoring what you're seeing, ignoring it. Now, it's seeing it and taking it on, I told you guys, is not where I want you to go. Are you going to see truth, or are you going to see the illusion of what someone wants you to see? Because it's all choice right now. The reality that you choose to live in is the reality you're going to live in, because we're living in dual realities right now. Realities of the past and the present. Okay, so if you're just waking up right now to what's going on the planet, you may be seeing everything that has ever been taught to you crumbling, and that's scary shit. Seriously, that is some scary shit. If you think that you're not going to question everything that's been taught to you, or everything you learned, or everything that you were taught to believe, and now it's crumbling, and it's crumbling pretty much for everyone. Okay, so nothing is sure. And here we go, let's go to a planet. Thank you to Uranus, the planet Uranus, and the Aquarian energy that's prepping you. And it has been prepping you this whole time. Now, Uranus is also retrograde, okay? And so because Uranus is retrograde and Aquarian energy, everything is moving into Aquarius. Now that they're all going to start moving forward, don't get too comfortable, because Aquarius energy is sudden in, sudden out, sudden in, sudden out. And you can never get comfortable. And so that Aquarian energy, Uranus getting pulled backwards, Aquarius will continue to ask you, are you awake for your new journey, or are you repeating the past? Wake up. Okay, take a break. Wake up, take a break. Wake up, and most people don't like this at all, as you can see, because you're like, the second you get used to like, okay, this is what we're dealing with, you're dealing with something else. Okay, this is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with something else. Why? So you can't get too comfortable. So if you're not comfortable right now, and I know it's your shit's coming up, I'm not debating any of that for anyone. Guys, I'm trying to teach you that what you see externally, all the BS that's popping up, it's internal for everyone else too. It's not just the visual you're watching. It's just what they're showing you, right? Okay, so remember that this is how karma is appearing for you personally, all right? Remember this very clear, okay? I tiptoe around karma unless we've had enough time to talk about it, but I'm going to bring it up here real quick. You don't have karma. You don't have karma, okay? I hear people lately that have been saying, you know, I must have really bad karma and my past life or I put bad karma out into the universe, or my past life must have been really bad karma and now I'm paying for it. Total bullshit. That's total basement bullshit. That's your subconscious ego playing you. It's not true. We don't have karma, okay? That's not how it works, okay? You have incomplete karma, but you're not paying for anything. There's no debt to owe, none of that, okay? So as I keep bringing up to you guys, you have a chemistry class that you may have not attended, you may have ignored, or simply did not study for. That's what's happening. It's not bad karma. You came here for this shit, and you're either angry and avoiding, or you're awake and excited. I'm gonna keep bringing this up to you guys. Angry or awake? Which one do you want? I'm kind of encouraging you guys to lean towards the latter, which is getting awake and saying, you know, I might not even like what I'm awake to seeing. I might not even like that. But if I'm awake to it, I'm more prepared for where the universe and the planet is going, as opposed to holding on to the past because you're avoiding it. You're angry. You don't want to let go. That's what's struggling here with a lot of people. Okay. So now you can kind of see why it would make sense when you're viewing the entire planet. Those who refuse to raise their consciousness are the angry ones. And those with their eyes open are upset that the rest can't see how we can support each other and help each other and encourage each other. Let's work together. And so it's starting to get a little bit discombobulated, right? And a little bit disheartening and just disconcerting with people, okay? So now you've got those who are awake and those who are angry, and you have a planet of confusion. Make sense? That's what's happening with planets that are encouraging you to be confused. Why? Because they don't want you to get set on extremes anymore. So a lot of people are going, well, I don't believe this anymore. I used to believe this. I used to believe that. I used to believe in right. Now I was in left, and now I'm not left, and now I'm not right. And they're all this, you know, high, low, good, bad, right, wrong. They're slowly working towards where I've been trying to get you guys to, which is to center. Okay. So this is what's happening. So let's get you to the Virgo new moon. Okay, so yesterday was the 13th. Jupiter went out of retrograde. There's 3 planets here. Here's the sun, and here's where the planets orbit around the sun as I teach you guys, okay? Jupiter just popped off, and now Jupiter is moving forward again. There's 2 planets sitting here in Capricorn as well, but they're still in retrograde. So I'm going to talk about those in a minute. But when you look at another earth sign, that's all Capricorn, and it's going to start grounding us again. Right now, it's been pulling us backward and asking us where we're not grounded. We're not earth. We're not secure. We're not foundational. Now, we have a Virgo moon on the 17th, which, let's see, today's 14, on Thursday. New moon in another earth sign, which is the sign of health. Okay, so again, we've been dealing with all this health stuff. So I am like over the moon happy about this, right? So which is why I'm in love with this planet right now being the new moon, or sorry, the moon being in the new sign of an earth sign, which is the moon, and as well as Jupiter moving forward, free to move forward as of yesterday. Okay, so it's opening up security and expansion for us. That's Jupiter. And it rules freedom. So it says, let's go get our freedom. It wants to move forward to that, right? Then you go to this new moon in Virgo on Thursday. It's a super moon, guys. Why? Because it's so close to the earth and it's so close to the sun. And they're both in Virgo, okay? So it's asking for health, clarity, focus, and grounding. What do you want? Repeat after me. What do you want? That's what's saying, okay? Stop discussing what you don't want, because Virgo is very, very clarifying, very detail oriented. Virgo is ruled by the planet Mercury, planet of thinking and communication planet. And so it's asking you to ask yourself, what am I thinking right now? That's what this Virgo moon is going to do. It's literally asking you, what am I thinking right now? And I want you to go write on all your mirrors in the house with dry erase, at least for the next week. And write, what am I thinking on the mirror? Literally ask yourself, what am I focusing on? Do not squirrel yourself. Don't get, diverted and off the train tracks. Keep yourself focused right now, okay? What am I thinking? What am I focusing on? What am I discussing with other people? What am I looking at? And if you get lost there, it's asking to pull back, okay? So this is all about you and what you are being programmed to believe, and it's being asking you to let go, choosing to reset and reprogram, okay? Virgo rules health, you guys, okay? So it's asking you to take back your health, okay? So in every way. And this is really great because it's going to ask you to analyze it, go get the details on it. How can you make yourself healthier? Not wait until you get sick. That's not what it's saying. Then go get engaged and then go fix your health. It's saying go pay attention to today, which is I'm referring to Thursday. It's asking you to start a new healthier regime, okay? Lay it out in details and then go get it, because Virgo loves to research and get all the facts on information on details and stuff. This new moon now will help you get it. So if you're making a choice of going, it's time for me to start getting healthy, it will help you, but you've got to engage in the details and finding the information, all right? So also decide if it's mental or physical health or both. And it can be both. I just want you to kind of be very intentional with this. Virgo also rules digestion, so it will be good for your mind to start either digesting new ideas or your body to do the same and work on the physical digestion of your stomach. If you've had stomach problems, this is a really great time to address it, because typically when we have stomach problems, it's because we're not digesting those things in our mind, and so our stomach can't seem to do the work either, okay? So it's time to start healing them. Research what you want to accomplish, find out all the natural resources that you can to guide you there. Why? Because Virgo won't let you down when you're looking, when you're trying to find even the tiniest details to help you. If you just research and look for it from the organic perspective, Virgo is the sign of the Virgin, which is perfect and clean and clear. So it's going to want you to walk down that path of organic or natural, okay? Healing natural from the earth, organic, as I'm using the word organic. You can use whatever you want. So if you aren't aware of how you can support yourself organically, research it, because during this timeline, Virgo will be helpful in helping you do that, okay? You're also going to start feeling your feeling of safety now relating to order and clarity, even your emotions right now. Virgo rules health and work, not what you do, but how you do it, okay? So getting some clarity on that as well is going to help you. What is it that you truly want? Virgo is so persistent when it wants something that if you give it a vision that you want it to focus on, you're going to go get it. That's what Virgo wants to help you do, okay? So you may have the need to organize things, or that, you know, if there are things in your life that are chaotic or disorganized, that's what you're going to start feeling pulled to do. Do it, okay? It's better to trust life right now and just kind of let it run its course and let it run its way, and not focus on everything, but choose that one focus on where you're trying to get to as that Virgo new moon is opening up to it, okay? So it's saying, that's what I want, you got it. Let's just keep trusting the process, right? And just kind of lowering your expectations, but trusting that you'll keep looking and you'll keep opening up to it. Yes, Jamie, this is good for you. Sometimes it's trusting the process of your vision to unfold and not the plan itself, okay? So that's what this moon is. It's really a good moon, guys. And I really want you guys to pay attention to it, okay? So on Thursday, write down really what you want. I'm a big fan of burning your intentions, because when you burn them, it's saying to the universe and to God and to source, I trust you, right? I trust you. I trust that you heard what I want, you see what I want. Write it down on your mirrors, whatever it is, okay? That's the new moon. That's what it's triggering, getting all of us to go back into health, heal ourselves, make sure the bricks are laid of what we want, where we're going into this new energy, okay? Then what it's going to have you do is going to the next planet that I brought up earlier, which was Uranus. Uranus is hot and cold energy, guys. It's sunburst of energy in, and then it's sunburst of energy out. And it rules Aquarius, okay? So if you have Aquarian energy anywhere in your chart that's very strong and heavy, you're going to feel this. You always feel it, right? But you're going to feel it even more. So Uranus, wherever it's sitting in Taurus in your chart. So if you're paying attention with charts right now, you know your chart, look for Taurus, you'll see it. Uranus is retrograde also, and it's retrograde until January. So all these retrograde planets that have been pulling backwards, okay, till January 14th, actually. So you're going to emerge out of a Uranus retrograde period. It's preparing you guys for an internal evolution. That's what it wants from you. That's what the Uranus energy does. When Uranus pulls forward, because Uranus is a sign of the future. Uranus wants to go out into the future. Uranus is Aquarian saying, I want to go out into the future. It does not want to go backwards ever. So when it's going backwards, it's saying you better get your past life, past this past life, and past lives in order and get rid of them. That's what it wants. Internal evolution. Okay. Again, all that basement stuff for you guys, that shadow work, the shadow beast stuff, let it come out of the basement. Okay. So as soon as you guys get comfortable, okay, it's kind of what's happening with Aquarian hot and cold energy that you're going to see unfolding. As soon as you get comfortable with something and you think it's over, you're going to get hit again. Not in a negative, but in a, did you really clear it? Did you really clear it? And it's how you will get, it's what's allowing you to take back your power. Okay. That's all this is. It's checking you to see if you are going to fall again, or you're going to, no, I'm here, right? So will it be you being overpowered by the powerful, or are you going to stand in empowerment with the people? That's what Aquarius is. That's the job of Aquarius. Aquarius is the humanitarian and group consciousness. So when you're moving into Aquarian Uranus energy, it will definitely ask you to pay attention to, are you working in group consciousness, or are you someone who's trying to overpower someone? It will take you down. So as I said, those who are angry, leave them alone. It will implode them on their own. They'll reveal themselves to themselves, whether it's getting themselves into a heap of trouble that slows them down, or they do it to themselves and go, I don't want this anymore. Leave them alone. Okay. So I'm not asking you guys to go lead this mission, like into the fires and into the mob, but what this Aquarian energy is sunburst. It's like the maverick energy, guys, and it's saying maverick yourself, bring this evolution out of yourself. That's what it is. So I'm suggesting that how you heal with Uranus going backwards right now until January, those next 3 months, when we have October, November, December, you learn your karma, right? And get to completing it, because that's what karma is. It's completion. And if you don't know what it is, go figure it out. Go learn it. Go get your hotspot charts, as I talked about. Go get on the spiritual warrior course. Go find out what your karma is, because that will get you faster into the future. You are here to teach. Are you here to learn? Are you here to, what are you here to do? Because if you're here to teach someone something, or you're a teacher and that's your karma, teaching the old way isn't going to work. Raise your bar and teach something new. Find a better way to teach. Are you a scientist? Find something stronger to take us into the future. Are you a researcher? Are you a healer? Are you an analyzer? Are you a builder, a protector, a warrior? What is your purpose karmically? That's what Aquarius is doing, hot and cold, constantly testing you, okay? New physical health is not the only igniting from this moon. It's also new mindsets as well, and that's where Aquarius is working with it. Okay. You're being called into this holistic health mindset with all of these planets. They're pushing you guys forward into holistic health, organic holistic health, so that you have the power to take back your power, and you're not responding and trying to let someone else tell you if you're healthy, if you're strong, you're mentally, emotionally, and spiritually strong, right? And so there's no one pill fix anymore. Yes, do pills, can they fix you in an immediate answer? People ask me all the time, like, Dawn, are you like pushing away medical science? Not at all. There is a time and place for medicine. And then there is a time and place for holistic. Doesn't mean you put all your eggs in one basket. They need to be in every basket. That's wholeness, okay? So Uranus is the planet of Aquarius energy, and it is the future, and it is pulling you into technology and into the future, into group consciousness, into the air, into space. Don't even surprise yourself if we start catching on to new alien energy and you guys get this information and news sharing that the aliens are here. Don't be shocked if you start hearing that they're already here with you and that you're learning about this, because they already are. You're just going to get woken up sooner. Those of you awake are going to be like, cool, where are they? Let's meet. The rest of them are going to be like, no, I'm afraid. There's nothing to be afraid of. It's called a universal grid of consciousness, which means there's multiple galaxies, multiple universes, multiple everything, and we're all becoming oneness, wholeness. And when I say humanitarian, I mean all consciousnesses, all galaxies, all universes, okay? So get ready, because this Aquarian energy is just slow dripping you. You haven't even touched the surface yet, all right? Whitney, yes, I know you know this, so get ready, girl. Like, everybody's making comments about this because you can feel it. I know you guys can feel it. You don't even need to know what I'm teaching you, but I'm prepping you to help you understand that it's okay, all right? All right, so let's go back to this one of the three planets. So Jupiter, as I shared earlier, just moved out of retrograde yesterday. The next two planets to go out of retrograde that are sitting, these three planets are sitting up here in the constellation of Capricorn, okay? The next two are Saturn, sitting in Capricorn, and it goes out of retrograde on the 29th. It's 28th, it's going backwards, so on the 28th it goes station, which means it stops, okay? On the 29th, it starts moving forward again. And Capricorn and Saturn, they revolve around the energy of career, security, foundation, truth. What do you have to reset, and what have you reset as it was going backwards and asking you to check your cracked foundations? And it's saying, hey, okay, we're ready. We're going to start moving forward on the 29th, which is next week. And it's saying, all right, now we're going to start laying new bricks for the rest of the year. Kind of cool. There's this slow drip of forward motion. Again, everybody wants us to be over and like that. It's not going to be. It's going to make sure you're now putting really strong foundations in place. So it will also reveal, guys, get ready when it starts moving forward again, going, okay, I had you guys take a break and start investigating and laying back and understanding yourselves. It's also going to reveal cracks, not just in your foundation, but also in politics. It's all about honesty. It's all about anything dishonest. It's going to be surfacing in governments, because Capricorn energy and Saturn rules government buildings, government energy in general, right? So all governments, the whole planet. So don't be surprised if it makes its last sweep out of truth and order. And it kind of sweeps out a lot of truth and order that we weren't like expecting to be surfaced. It's going to come up. So just don't be surprised, is my point. Not just on political and governmental perspective of the planet, but in your life. If there's a part of you that's not being honest and truthful in areas of your life where you're not feeling security or foundational, or your career, or what you love walking out the door doing every day, it's gonna rattle you a little bit. Okay, it just wants you to wake up. That's it. It's gonna wake you up. Okay, third planet, get ready, on October 4th. So this is about a 2-week window, guys, 2.5 weeks. Pluto's going to go out of retrograde. Now they're all three moving forward as of October 4th. I've been prepping you guys for this, and here it is. You can feel it moving forward. You can feel it pulling us forward, finally going, oh, thank goodness there's some, some motion, okay? So when Pluto moves forward on October 4th, this is big because Pluto is a super slow planet. It's furthest out, and it takes 14 years to get through a constellation. 15, I should say. It's typically 14 and a half to 15 and a half, depends on its retrogrades. Okay, so this guy's big, and it's going to begin some new shifts for all of you. All right. And so I'm not suggesting it won't be more hot and cold Uranus energy, because Uranus isn't moving forward out of retrograde until January, remember, but it's going to help because Pluto rules death and regeneration. So everything that's been trying to crumble, all the stuff you're seeing burning and breaking and destroying, all the destruction is going to start moving into regeneration mode. Okay. And it will be revealing this through time, and it will destroy many of the beliefs that you may have been holding on to for a long time. Okay. Anybody that's got heavy Scorpio in their chart, you're going to feel this. So if you've been holding on to any sort of belief, this again, I'm taking off the planet stuff that you're seeing already crumbling, your own personal stuff. So if you've been holding on to anything for a long time, and it was cracked or unstable, you're going to start seeing that this is clearing for new beginnings, which is super awesome. Okay. And then you add Mars to it, guys, it's pushing you guys hard, right? So all of this forward motion is going to start trickling forward, and that's the bright side of all this. They're slow, but it is definitely for our highest good. Okay. It's for our highest good. And you're going to be okay. So it's a lot of people who do know their charts are saying, like, and Mars and Pluto and in retrograde going backwards and in Capricorn too. There's a lot of this stuff going on that's people are feeling like the planets are in charge. They're not. All they're doing is teaching you the energy and the vibration that's happening, so you can say, how am I being affected? And are they giving me insight so I can evolve out? I can build up. I can create more. Okay. So if you feel like you're losing something, it's more that you're leaving the unwanted behind, and the unwanted behind, and you're ascending to higher ground. That's what that's what's happening to you. Okay. So whatever it feels like is leaving you, it can be anything from a relationship to things to locations to whatever it is. It's leaving you so you can move to higher ground. Okay. So if you have more questions on the planets, guys, in your charts at the end, just let me know then, and I will stay on a little longer and I'll answer anything you want. Okay. But they're all in Capricorn. All right. So if you know your chart, go to that area, check it, check career, security, truth. They're all back into play for your life. So this is the good news. All right. So think of everything again from this perspective. We are in two realities right now. Two realities are happening right now. The one you want or the one that you're in. Okay. The one you want might be the one you're in, or the one you want might be the one you're not in, and you're in one that is completely disheartening and you don't want it. It's not desirable and you're out. Okay. What's the healthiest way to see life right now? Y'all ready for this? This is how you fix this. Energetically. Because everybody keeps looking at the bullshit happening on the planet right now, and everybody's like, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad, I'm losing my mind, I'm so upset, I'm so angry, I'm so sad, I don't understand it, I'm losing it, and we're losing our crackers, you guys. Energy, okay? So that's the basis of tonight's call. If you remember anything that I'm teaching you, I just gave you the planets of why it's happening. Now here it is. I want you to look at everything from energy. How does it feel? Not how does it look, not what do I believe, not how does it make me feel, but how does the energy feel? How does the thing feel, right? How does this thing feeling, or this thing that I'm watching or experiencing, feel? Okay, so I want to be very clear that the new earth is here, you guys, which is why it doesn't like the stuff that's getting broken and burned. It's busting out of it. This is the transformation of Pluto saying death, regeneration. We're moving into that point now. Okay. So it's up to all of you to stay awake and approach everything you see or experience as energy now. Okay. So does this feel like a high vibrating energy, or a low vibrating energy? Okay. Is this comfortable or painful for me to feel? That's how I want you to start looking at everything. Okay. So what is your ego thinking is irrelevant on the new earth. Okay. That's where I've taught you guys to no cookie to your shadow beast and telling it, I'm not feeding you any negativity. Okay. What is your energy matching right now is what's important. All right. So I've been hearing so many and just like coming at me with like pure disappointment. And I get it. I totally get it. But for every response that I keep hearing, like, I'm tired, I want this to be easy, I don't want to have to work so hard, right? And my point is that if you're not hurting, right, if you don't feel a little bit pain, then you're not taking responsibility for it because you don't think it's yours. And so some of this stuff does hurt. It does make you uncomfortable. It does trigger your inner dark shadow beast that's in the basement, right? And I'm trying to teach you guys, you've got to go look at it. You can't avoid it anymore. You can't avoid the things that are shadowy and dark down there. Doesn't mean that I'm telling you to go relive them. I just want you to look at them. Just acknowledge it, okay? Because most people are asking me, they want this magic pill. And this isn't about a magic pill anymore. This is what I was telling you, the left and right, the extremes anymore. There's not even a red or a blue pill anymore. It's about feeling and feeling the vibration, not your feelings, okay? So what I've been watching is I rarely hear people asking, what does this feel like for you? Okay. When someone says something happened, they don't go, well, what does this feel like for you? So let me see. Well, most of this feels pretty shitty and controlling. Okay. What does it feel like? Controlling. Okay. The universe is asking if you like it or if you don't want more. Do you want more? Do you not want more? You know what it feels like. This feels shitty. This feels controlling. I don't want to feel controlled. No, that's the feeling. The feeling, the emotion that you're feeling is how you acknowledge this vibration. Okay. So stop engaging in what you don't like anymore and then going, oh, I just don't like it. And then you're losing yourself to that feeling and you're feeling like that's you and it's not. Okay, so none of these planets, just so you know, that are all retrograde right now and they're all moving on, they are not going to allow you to do anything that isn't from truth and regeneration of your new, powerful, empowered life, period. That's where they want you, okay? They want you in the future. So if you resist, you're going to feel it in a breakdown, in pain, or in loss of some way. Just know. So when it surfaces, you go, oh, I get it. I wasn't paying attention. I was losing myself into stuff that wasn't mine or I didn't want anymore. So my answer is to stop the bullshit about being this good neighbor. Oh, I'm just being a good neighbor for them. I'm doing this for them. And the answer is it's bullshit. I'm calling y'all on your bullshit. I'm calling the planet on their bullshit. It's bullshit. Hear me. Planetarily, the planets will tell you that's bullshit. You're not doing this for your neighbor. It's about you being responsible for the karma that you are here to experience, and quit asking for Jack whoever to appear with his magic bean to give you a magic beanstalk to get you out of pain and illness and sickness and money problems and all that shit. It's not reality. The new reality is you. And then each of you owning your responsibility, reality, responsibility, reality, responsibility, being responsible for your own bullshit so that you can all come together and responsible and go, oh my God, it's so nice to hang out with you, right? It's an illusion that you all keep being pushed into looking at so that you'll make a mistake for their truth and you'll live in their truth instead of your truth. I've been talking to you guys about this for a long time. That's what the planets were doing. So now all of a sudden everything is in absolute chaos, so you cannot focus. It's too much. Why? Planets are intentional to try and get you to focus here, okay? So many of you are now waking up to this new empowered energy, and it's uncomfortable for many. I get it, but most are not realizing that they had it inside of them all along. They were just lost out there to other people's truths. And all I want you to do is ask yourself from this point forward, what does the beating, the anger, the destruction, the burning, the innocent people, being hurt? What does burning feel like? What does criticism feel like? What does manipulation feel like? It doesn't feel good. It feels like anxiety, despair, blame, humility. It feels like these heavy energies, right? Now I want you to go, I don't like it. It feels bad. Okay, for you, if that doesn't feel good, then don't go there. Now the opposite goes energetically. What does energetically it feel like? Now, what does it look like? Because it looks pretty bad. What does owning my life feel like energetically? Okay, if I'm stuck on something, what does owning it feel like? What does being heard feel like? What does being respected feel like? What does empowered feel like? What does health, wealth, love feel like? Because if it doesn't feel loving, if it doesn't feel healthy, if it doesn't feel wealthy, if it doesn't feel empowered, you kind of get where I'm going with this. The vibration is low. Don't go there. Clear it. A lot of people go, I just don't know what to do. Write a list of the feelings. Each time you get triggered, okay, and you don't want, write down the feeling that you're feeling. And let's just say you're seeing something bad, like some recent events have been happening that are just not good, okay? What did it make you feel? Disempowered, let down, victimized, depressed? If that's the feeling it's giving you, means there's a part of you that's not addressing that within, and you got to look at that and go, I don't want to feel that feeling anymore. What do I need to do to bring myself out of it? Because everything is energy and consciousness. That's it. So if you're looking at things as a good and bad, you're going to lose this game and you're going to get pulled into being angry all the time. If you're looking at it going, wow, well, that's the energy that needed to get played out there to show how bad it is or negative it is or heavy it is, guess that's the energy it needs to look at, but I'm not going to get sucked in. So guys, this is historic, and it is simply angry past life energy repeating or awakening consciousness creations. You're awake, you're conscious, and you're creating something for the future. You have two options right now. You either play out the past, and I'm talking past lives. Y'all can see, everybody keeps going, we keep doing this from generations and years and hundreds of years, and you're all seeing it. You're going, I don't understand why we're doing it. You don't have to. It's consciousness. But if you don't wake up and not focus on that, you're not going anywhere into the future. You will I'm trying to, that's why I brought the planets up. You're just going to be slower than the rest. Or you can open up and go, screw it. I'm going to go look in my basement. I'm going to see the heaviness. I'm going to see the darkness. I'm going to see what I'm avoiding. I'm going to turn on the lights. Oh, I'm going to flip on the light. I'm going to put some candles down there. I'm going to bring a lantern. I'm going to bring a flashlight. I'm going to bring it all. I'm going to look at that heaviness and go, doesn't feel good. That's a low vibration. I'm going to acknowledge it and move to a vibration I want. What is it? What does it vibrate? You know, what it vibrates at are the only way that you're going to get out of 40 years of programming. Because 40 years of programming are heavy and low and controlled. It's controlled programming energetically, okay? Your health and abundance are in your hands from this point forward, given the shift of planets. They're going to be slow, don't get me wrong. You're going to have to work through this on a daily basis. But you're also going to have to ask yourself on the Virgo nature, am I being persistent? And if anybody knows a Virgo, they are so persistent. I'm married to one. Man, he is persistent. And any Virgo you know, they will keep going, keep going, keep going until they get their needs met. That's what I'm asking you from this new moon. Persistence to get what you want, to be expanded. Are you engaged in experiences that feel good, that vibrate and feel good? Because if they make you feel tight or heavy, constricted and small, I suggest disengaging and going Virgo and researching a new way. Okay? So that's what's coming up. All right? It's really that simple. So if you've been programmed to believe something your whole life and you basically are at, you know, that's asking you to shift, but you're kind of like, God, I've learned that my whole life. I've thought that my whole life. This is what I know, but does it feel light and or heavy? Which is it, right? So I want you to think of it this way. If you don't feel light energy, even if it's from a mom, a dad, a husband, a BFF, your child, a sibling, and you don't like it, you don't like the heaviness, go to higher ground. Feeling feel the higher ground feeling of not accusing them. Don't accuse them of being bad and angry. Just go to a higher ground. Simply this. This is how I want you guys to look from this point forward. Do their actions and their words or their presence feel good or not so good? Done. Exit the building, exit the room, exit the energy. Period. Okay, get ready. Social media, exit the conversation, you guys. So here's an example. If you're getting an argument with someone, hey, I get we're not on the same page right here. You already know, this doesn't feel good. I'm gonna call you back. I'm gonna exit this conversation. I'm just gonna shut it off. I'm gonna move to something else. I'm gonna go do something that is more vibrationally matched to what I wanna feel instead of what I don't wanna feel. Just because you're having a conversation with someone doesn't mean you have to sit there and try to make them feel less angry. You won't. You are in charge of you. Yes, Stacia, so get ready. You are very persistent, but you are also in charge of healing all health, wealth, and emotions, because these Virgo energies are going to push us in persistence. There are a lot of Virgos tonight. So game on the Virgos. You guys just get a little extra push right now at this time of year, because it is an amazing new moon to be starting, given what we've been through in the health crisis, that it's not really what it looks like. Okay, so it's a game on energy of going, oh, we can take back our health and our power. Yes, you can. Okay, so stop listening to everybody else. Take back your power. Tonight's tips. Awake or angry? It's really that energy, an emotional energy. Are you awake or are you angry? You can wake up and stay focused on your dreams, or you can stay asleep and be angry at not wanting to change. That's simple. And no one's going to be mad at you. You're just the one that needs to change, decide. So are you expecting others to fix you with a magic pill? Then you need to check your basement bullshit, because that's what's happening. The BS, your beast is just like, no, we're not going to change. You don't have a choice, right? New moon in Virgo. Will you take back your health from others? Simply Google it. Be a Virgo. Everybody turn into a Virgo for a couple weeks. It will help you. What are my naturalist ways for me to heal my body? And go. I'm telling you guys, go as fast as you can and start empowering and bringing up the energy within you. Okay. Number 3, feeling, not accusing. Let's just say energy. Looking at life from an energetic perspective and not an accusing perspective. It's kind of like this. I know this energy doesn't feel good, but I know you're bad because of it. I know you're a controller because of it. I know you're mean because of it. I know we're calling people names. There's no reason to accuse people. Just if the energy doesn't feel good, leave it. Okay? What does it feel like? Start looking at life as energy and not actions. Stop looking at what people do, what they're doing, when they're doing it, what they're not doing it, why they're angry, why they're upset. Leave them alone. Okay? So look at the energy, not the actions. Proceed to speak, act, or exit the feeling that you want or don't want. You know what you guys want. Do it. Okay? So tonight, your 2 questions. On the heels of these 3 planets and a new moon all starting to move forward in the next 2 weeks. What reality are you living in the past or in the now? I want you to really, really dig into that. What reality are you living in, the past or the now? And can you see, question number 2, can you see this chaos keeping you awake on what you want to keep or discard? So this chaos that's happening on the planet right now, everybody doesn't like, nobody likes it. All right. And I'm trying to let you guys see that it's like this shake, rattle, and roll that's happening to the planet. It's going like this at all times. Okay, so the second question is, can you see the chaos on the planet happening for you to keep you awake on what you want to keep or discard, right? So if it shows you stuff, energy you don't like, you can go, oh, I don't like it, discard. Oh, I love it, keep. Oh, I don't, discard. Oh, I love it, keep. Okay, can you see that the chaos, let's just shorten that. Can you see that the chaos on the planet is to your benefit? As destructive as it looks, it's to your benefit. And I need you to start seeing it that way, because if it's uncomfortable, it's getting you to shift to a forward motion. If it's not, you're going to keep it and go, wow, I've really built up with some stamina and health, and I'm laying really foundational bricks on this energy. So as much as we don't like chaos, you guys, this is happening to wake you all up, and we're all coming together right now. We're all waking up and we're all coming to this new place. And we're going to get there. It's just, don't be upset that the angry ones are taking their time, or upset or frustrated. Don't be upset with them. Let them be angry. Quit trying to fix them. All right? Not for you to fix, just fixing you. All right. Any questions, you guys, please feel free. I'm going to give you a 1 week ahead of time. We will be here next Monday. And I'm going to talk about a few things more about mindset and other dimensions, as I kind of snuck in there, the alien energy. I'm going to talk about other dimensions and other, just how do we look at the different dimensions of time and space, and understanding this. Okay. So next week, we're going to kind of be on a simplistic call on that. And then the second week after that, the last weekend in September, we will not have a Truth Tribe call. It's my anniversary, so I'm making him a hubby. He's going to take me to dinner. And so we will not be on a call on the 28th. You'll get a reminder of it, but just I'm prepping you guys, so you're like, where is she? I told you tonight, and I'll tell you again next Monday. So again, remember that, again, IDeserveItNow.com. If you guys want to get into the Spiritual Warrior Academy that's coming up in October 3rd, 2nd, I'm off on my dates. I can't even remember what the dates are anymore. Thursdays, as well as the hotspot charts. If you ever want to know your karma, it's all sitting right there. I will give you your hotspot chart. I'll just email it to you. October 1st, sorry, that's when the Spiritual Warrior. Remember, Spiritual Warrior, you guys get $100 off if you use Clarity code. The Clarity 20, the word Clarity 20 is your code to get $100 off, as well as Warrior 20. Oh, sorry. Clarity 20 is for your hotspot chart. Warrior 20 is for the Spiritual Warrior. I'm like off on all my numbers here. So anyway, lots coming up, lots going on. There's a lot of planetary shifting and going on, guys. So just don't take it personal. This is all about you waking up and saying, who am I and what do I want? That's that. Looking outside of you and anything else, unless your purpose is to go destroy things, it might be. And so judging and accusing is not part of your plan, not the people on this call. This call, you are all here to be lighthouses. Shall I remind you? Open your light, open your joy, remind people where the light is, and let them move into the light. Sometimes they just need to see someone going, I'm light, this is how you do it, and they'll follow your lead. Okay? Anybody really quick here? Any questions? What do I have here? Sorry, I've got a question coming here. Will you keep Truth Tribe? Yes, Truth Tribe. Yes, Truth Tribe's going to keep going, you guys. I'm just not going to be doing Truth Tribe on October 28th. It's the Monday night, October 28th, or September 28th. Sorry about that. But yes, every Monday night we will still keep doing the Truth Tribe. And then the Spiritual Warrior is, if anybody has questions on it, you can email me or question it. But Spiritual Warrior is about learning the higher dimensions of time and space. So you will be learning how to talk to spirit, talk to source, what your spirit guides names, how to use energy tools such as muscle testing, pendulums, cards. We won't do an extensive amount on them, but people ask me questions all the time to how do they become more shaman connection, and you all have it in you. You've probably all been shamans in many lifetimes. You've all been, priests and priestesses and beautiful spiritual warriors already. I'm just waking you up. Okay, I'm going to awaken it within. Now, you can't make the Thursday calls that are live on that Spiritual Warrior course. They're all recorded, and they're all in a little group of recordings for you. You can listen to them as you go, and then reopen to questions another time. It's a completely open course. So, but the Thursdays that I'm on the call, I'm live. Okay. So any other questions? Any questions on your charts or the planets that are up in the sky right now? I'm happy to answer them. I can go a couple minutes over if you guys have any questions. If you don't, it's no big deal. But really, I'm more excited about this Virgo new moon because Virgo rules health, and everybody's been so like obsessed with health. that they're going to die. And Virgo's all about like health and abundance and being healthy. And so you're not going to die. You're all going to be healthy. Please turn off the damn TVs. Mainstream media is not for your health. I promise. If you haven't been watching TV, or if you have it all, or on any social media platform, you see drug commercials come every 5 minutes telling you there's a pill for that. It'll kill you. It's possible it can kill you, but there's a pill for that. And my point is that get off of there and go find your health. You don't need a pill. You need you. Okay. Someone is asking me, I have Mars in Aries. So, no, your natal planet, yes, Jill, Mars is transiting in Aries for you in your 7th house, which for you, it's affecting your partnership. So it's making you assertive and confident and trying to connect with partners. But right now it might be pulling you backwards and feeling like you're not having connection with the partner, which means you're supposed to be putting more connection into you and not forcing it on your partners to connect with you. So there's a good example of someone having their Mars in Aries and it's retrograding backwards right now. It's pulling her backwards into saying, focus on you. Aries rules independence, self-worth, self-esteem, self-confidence. So wherever Aries is in your chart, it's asking you to look, where can you be a little bit more independent? Where can you bring out your sword and become a little bit more warrior-like? And so if you can look at that, you can go, wow, I need to be a little more independent. Her having Mars and Aries in her partnership house, which is the 7th house of partnership. So it just depends where you're feeling the Mars and Aries pull you backwards, as well as, again, if I could just blame it on Mars, I would, but it's a lot of planets going backwards. But the cool news, I'm just super excited. I'm super excited because, like I said, this new moon and the other planets that are getting out of retrograde by the 4th, you're going to see a lot of cool stuff coming up, okay? Just watch The Social Dilemma. Oh my, worth educating yourself. I will watch it. I've heard about it, Jamie, and it's all about putting down the social media and what it's doing and how it's programming you. So I had a really good point that someone put on here, all of you who are left on here. Jamie, throw me a message here. Is The Social Dilemma on Netflix? Is it on Amazon Prime, or where is it? It's on Netflix. Thank you, Brandy Jo. So those of you who have not watched The Social Dilemma, there's your homework. How do you get off of this programming from social media and mainstream media and go back into Hear and Evolve? Go check it out. I just got 2 very interesting pieces from people. All I'm asking you guys to do is fill in the information. It's an hour and a half long, so be prepared. It's on Netflix. All I'm asking you guys to do is be aware of the information. You're not going to do anything. You're not going to change anything. You're just going to be aware. So when things pop up, you're like, oh, how does it feel? How does that energy feel to me? That's it. It feels shitty. Then don't go there. Turn it off. Okay, that's it. So those of you who, Brandy Jo, always with the feelings. I know. See, so there are some Saggies on here. There's some fire signs. There's some air signs. A lot of these signs on here are very struggling with feeling. And I don't want you to feel it like take it on as a feeling. I want you to tell me, what does it feel like? Because most people don't like feelings, right? The water signs and the earth signs, the water signs, I should say, are a little bit better at it. The air signs can do a little bit better at it, but earth signs can be a little more feeling based. But guys, you guys struggle with that. So if we're not feeling what this feels like right now, you're going to get stuck in it intellectually. And I don't want you there in the intellectual, Brandy Jo. I want you to tell me, does it not feel good? Then exit out. Okay. You guys are amazing. Thank you for all the questions. I'm going to hit you guys up to move on to dinner or evening, or go watch the movie, Spiritual Dilemma, and see what happens. We'll throw at me what your concepts or your mindset or your maybe your aha moments you got out of it, if any of you come up with stuff from that if you get to watch it in the next week. And I'll see you guys on Monday. All right. Any questions, you all know how to find me. I'm sorry, social dilemma. I meant thinking spiritual warrior, social dilemma. Okay, you guys have a great night. I will see you again on Monday, and find me if you need anything. You all know how to find me. All right, have a good night. Take care.